Hello, so time check natin is it's 12:52 and I haven't been able to shoot anything because, meron din akong issues na kailangang i-resolve sa sarili ko. Though, it's a mental health issue myself and nakahanap naman ako ng therapist, may kausap ako ngayon. So, gladly nagkaroon ako ng motivation to do this. Yun, so medyo okay naman ako ngayon. We'll get back to the shit. We'll get back to our normal shit as usual. And there's a lot of things going around and maraming nangyayari, maraming problema and stuff. Dito ako sa labas ng bahay namin eh. Kasi matulog na sila. That's another issue regarding dun sa condition ko eh. Na it started to affect my sleeping pattern badly. So badly. Tingnan mo ngayon, kagigising ko lang. Actually, kagigising ko lang kanina. Natulog ako ng mga tanghali. Nasa nagising akong gabi. So, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jado. Today, tonight. Tonight, we're going to tackle some issue, no? Although, hindi siya yung regarding dun sa mga sikat or ano. Actually, dapat mag-shoot ako nung tungkol kay Xander Ford. Pero, we'll get to that. Hopefully. Pero eto kasi pinakamainit. This one issue particularly parang sapul siya dun sa perspective ko as an individual, no. So, I guess unahin ko siya. So, merong sumulpot na issue regarding dito sa ito. Ipopost ko yung link para you can formulate your own perspective as well. So, hindi tayo biased or what. Pero summary ko lang, no. Meron kasi ditong tawag doon, yung tatay na binigyan yung anak niya ng cellphone, kung kilala niyo to. Kung alam niyo na tong post na to or issue na to. Binigyan siya ng nanay niya ng cellphone. Tapos, parang hindi yata na-appreciate ng bata. Or lang term, pinandidirian yung binigay sa kanya or hindi grateful yung naging manner ng response niya. So, I'll just talk about this, no. Kasi medyo biased kasi yung naging moral stand nung nag-post nito. So, here's what I'd like to say about this. We can see in the post na parang inaamo-amo siya ng tatay niya, tapos yung bata parang sobrang aggressive nung manner. Papakita ko sa inyo, may picture yan. Ito. Yan. Sobrang aggressive nung manner nung bata. Inaamo-amo siya ng tatay niya, nanay niya, ng mga magulang niya. Tapos, kinukulit ako ng aso ko. Doon na! Doon muna! So, ayun, parang nakita nga ng netizen. Sabihin natin pinaghirapan ng parents yung cellphone ibigay. If we're going to dig deeper in the story, I think ang may issue dito is yung parents. Paano ko nasabi? Number one, meron kasing response yung magulang dito na parang inaamin nila na nagkulang sila. And that is one strong evidence na meron talagang mali or somehow nagkulang talaga dun sa part ng magulang kung bakit nagiging ganun yung response or yung naging ugali ng bata, no? Here's my favorite theory, Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sinasabi dun sa theory ni Abraham Maslow na theory of needs na diba sa isang pyramid, usually makikita nyo yun sa isang pyramid, merong pinopose si Abraham Maslow na hierarchy of needs, which is nahahati siya sa tatlo, no. The physical needs, doon sa triangle na binuo niya, yung dalawang unang baba is the physiological needs and the safety needs. Ito yung mga physical needs na yung pagkain, tirahan, damit, and stuff, yung pinufulfill mo na mga physical needs ng mga bata, which is, I think, masasabi ko na most parents na napoprovide naman nila. However, dito tayo nagkakatalo sa emotional needs eh. Ang two lower levels kasi nung hierarchy of needs is the physiological and the safety, which is the physical part. Meron doon sa pangalawang stage, yung sumunod na dalawa, yung love and belonging and self-esteem, no. Ito actually yung emotional needs na pinaka-crucial sa paglaki or growth ng mga bata. So yun, yung sumunod na dalawa kasi, yung emotional needs, which is yung love and belonging and self-esteem, no. This is usually the most major contributor para doon sa final at yung pinakataas ng hierarchy, which is yung self-actualization na we'll get to that later. Ang masasabi ko dito sa naging issue is meron talagang kulang, no. Na aminado naman yung mga magulang dun base dun sa comment na inano ng tatay niya na, but this is more like a social issue, no. Bakit? Kung titingnan mo yung response ng mga tao, no, masyadong biased yung moral stand nila na nakikita lang nila yung surface reaction or yung behavior ng bata in a surface, no? Hindi man lang iniisip ng mga tao na there must be something behind all of this. Dito tayo mag-lead sa social issue na oftentimes masyadong glorified yung mga magulang to the extent na nababaliwala yung anak nila. In what sense? Halimbawa, yung sa simpleng hindi pagsagot ng mga anak sa magulang, although may katwiran sila, no? Doon nagsisimula yun yung mga maliliit na ganun na kala natin walang epekto sa bata, pero on the long run, it develops a psychological effect, no? Doon sa bata. Kaya sa generation natin o yung mga kaedad ko, yung mga generation natin, marami sa atin ang mahiyain talaga or had developed introversion kasi I personally believe that introversion isn't natural, or although I respect kasi introvert din naman ako, pero ang masasabi ko kasi is introversion is developmental, no? Kasi tawag doon, ang sistema kasi sa Pilipinas masyadong glorified yung magulang, no? Sabi ko nga kanina, despite the obvious manner ng magulang na may rejection and dejection, iba yun. And neglect and awful parenting, no? And not even looking at the kid's perspective, no? So, paano ko nasabing bias? Simple lang, hindi nila tiningnan yung reason ba't nagkakaganon yung bata. Dahil nga, napalaki sila sa paniniwalang you should respect your parents, you should honor your parents. Although that is true, pero we should also consider yung perspective ng bata, ba't siya nagkakaganon. Kasi, kitang-kita naman din na aminado naman din yung tatay na meron siyang mali, merong mali sa kanila, nagkulang sila, inamin nila yun. Pero kasi yung naging response ng tao dito is sa akin lang biased kasi nakaranas ako ng manipulation ng mga past generations namin, nakaranas ako ng narcissism, di ba? Kaya hindi mo masisisi yung behavior ng bata. Although hindi ko sinasabing tama, pero there must be a justifiable reason kung bakit siya nagkakaganon. Ba't ganun umasta yung bata? Same goes for the other kids out there kung sino man nakakaranas pa ng ganyan. What I'd like to say is this. Perspective ko kasi na hindi sapat na physical needs lang yung pinaprovide mo for your kid, no? Sabi nga nung sa comment ng tatay, malaki po pagkukulang namin sa kanya. Kaya po naging ganyan. Lagi po namin inuuna ang trabaho namin kaysa sa kanya. Aminado naman siya. This is the common scenario sa isang typical Filipino family setup. Kasi I believe na meron namang hindi na typical setup, pero that is the most common na sobrang eager mo mag-provide physically, you forget to provide their emotional needs. How do we do that, 'di ba? Yung simpleng pakikinig sa kanila, yung simpleng kamusta ang araw mo, 'di ba? Kamusta yung naging takbo ng araw mo, and that little experiences that they want to share na they feel awful kasi ayaw na nilang i-share sa'yo kasi iisipin nila baka pagalitan mo na naman or what, kasi baka yun ang tinanim mong mindset sa kanila, kaya ganon. And that alone is ang pagkukulang na yun sa emotional. You see, napaka-crucial ng emotional needs. Akala mo, okay lang, di ba? Okay lang na, ay, busog na sila, napakain ko na sila, okay na yan. May damit naman sila, nabilang ko naman sila ng ganito, ng ganyan, no? It doesn't suffice. It's not enough to fill that emotional gap na naiwan sa kanila. It's part of your responsibility as a parent na punan din yun. Pag ba may problema sila, sa'yo nila unang sinasabi. You see, that is the most common evidence na may kulang ka emotionally. Kaya napaka-importante din na malaman ng lahat ng parents na napaka-crucial din ng intimacy between you and your kid. Kasi ano ka lang, magulang ka lang na taga-provide ng pagkain or what, kulang yun. Let's just say na nabubusog sila. Let's just say you fulfilled that responsibility. Pero kamusta ka bilang tatay or nanay sa anak mo talaga, 'di ba? Kamusta 'yon? Kasi marami talagang masamang mangyayari if you failed to fill that emotional gap. Gaya nga na lang nito, let's just take this issue as an example. Ito, masyadong bias yung judgment ng tao, no? Sabi pa dito, yung palamunin ka na sa bahay, hindi mo pa ma-appreciate yung pinagpaguran ng magulang mo, 'di ba? Although that, sabi nating morally mali, pero there is a reason kailangan nating ayusin yun. Ito yung pinaka-common pero ang hirap alisin na social issue sa Pilipinas. Masyado kasing glorified yung mga magulang. Patong beses ko nang inulit. Lumaki kasi yung mga batang Pilipino ng generation ko na sa mindset na laging tama ang mga magulang. I am so happy na naalis ko yung paniniwala kong yun. No, it's okay to speak out if you think tama ka. Kasi yun naman ang turo din nila, di ba? Kung tama ka, ipaglaban mo, di ba? Kung nasa tama ka, bakit ka matatakot, di ba? So, ayun, yung ganitong issue kasi, ang tagal lang persisting yan. Sa sobrang bias ng moral stand ng mga Pilipino, kukonsensyahin ka pa na habang nandyan pa magulang mo, appreciate them, or honor your parents. Minsan, may mga babato pa ng Bible verse na honor your parents. But need I remind you na kahit ang Bible, it talks about the welfare of the children, hindi lang parents. Although sa Bible sinabi na you should honor your mother and father. Totoo yun, alam ko na sa 10 Commandments yun if I'm not mistaken. Pero meron ding sinabi, nasa Book of Proverbs siya, mostly, na you should also take care of the welfare of the children. Hindi ko na iisa-isahin yung passage kasi masyadong madami. It just means na even God is taking care of the children. Even God means to take care of the children. Not just, honor the parents or to side with the parents, di ba? Hindi lang ganun. Kasi hindi man bias si Lord pagdating sa judgment. Kung yung pagkukulang na yun, kumbaga, nagkaroon na ng resulta, anong gagawin mo? Parang kukonsensyahin mo pa na abang nandyan pa yung mga magulang mo, appreciate them. What's there to appreciate anyway, di ba? Kung hindi naman sila totally naging magulang sa'yo. If you know what I'm saying though. Although, yung parents nakikita ko naman yung eagerness nila na to give what's best for the child. Pero sometimes, what's best for the kid is listening. Minsan, kailangan mo din sila pakinggan. Ito kasi yung nawawala sa karamihan sa mga magulang. Just because they think, just because they know that they are the parent of that kid, ang nasa isip agad nila parang lagi silang tama. I need to discipline my kid. Kailangan kong disiplinahin yung anak ko sa paraang nalalaman ko. Sometimes, yung paraang nalalaman mo doesn't work on your kid. That's why you need to be flexible. Ang iniiwasan ko lang kasi dito, yung biased judgment. And as part of the new generation of parents, di ba? It's now our responsibility to raise the future generations. It is now up to us to raise new kinds and breed of people. Although we can honor what's given to us or what's been taught to us in the past, di ba? Pwede naming igalang or i-apply yung mga principles ng tinuro sa amin ng mga magulang namin, ng mga grandparents or stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should live your life the same way that your parents lived theirs. Kumbaga, iba yung daan mo iba yung daan nila. So, hindi dapat magkaparehas kasi it would most likely breed new problems or even worse ones, di ba? Kaya kailangan na maging flexible tayo, kailangan tayo as parents, as mga matatanda, matutunin tayo makinig sa mga bata. Just because they are kids doesn't necessarily mean na mas bobo sila kung iniisip natin, na mas tanga sila, mas wala silang nalalaman kasi they are new to this world, basically. Pero alisin natin yung mindset na just because we are in the world longer doesn't mean that we are superior. No one is superior to one another. Ma-pride meron. Kaya, if we want our kids to consider what we feel, we should also consider what our kids would feel. Kailangan pinag-uusapan din ano yung nararamdaman ng bata. Nagkamali ka, na nasigawan mo, nang hindi mo sinasadya, you should talk about it, di ba? Hindi dapat pinalilipas lang ng isang araw na matanda ako magulang ako so bakit ko pag-uusapan yan, di ba? You should learn to say sorry. You should learn to admit your mistake. Kasi dun sa mga maliliit na actions na yun, dun nagsisimula yung mga, diba, chain reactions of negative behaviors, chain reactions ng basta madaming negativity na pwedeng magresulta dun sa mga simpleng ganun lang. Kaya sometimes, or oftentimes rather, na dapat tinitingnan din natin yung sarili natin. Parents, tinitingnan din natin yung sarili natin. And explain why you did what you did. And say sorry if you must, diba? Just because you have the ability to feed them, just because napapakain mo sila, doesn't give you the license to somehow reject their feelings or baliwalain nyo kung anumang nararamdaman nila. Because if they can talk to you about their tiny little struggles, unti-unti habang nade-develop sila or nako-condition yung isip nila na I can share to my parents, I can open up to my parents. Doon sa mga maliliit, pag pinakikinggan mo sila, eventually, it will develop into something bigger. It will develop into something bigger to the extent na yung mga anak nyo sa inyo na nagsishare ng mga malalaking problema na pag-uusapan nyo. And that is healthy parenthood. That is healthy parenting. I tell you, pag nandiyan ka sa stage na yan, congrats. Pero kung wala, maybe it's too late. Pag tumungtong sila sa stage ng pre-adulthood, alam ko nasa 19 or 18 yan tapos hindi pa sila ganun ka-open sa inyo, it may be too late for you. If you don't work your way through it, hindi ka gumagawa ng paraan to somehow be close with your kid, it may be too late. Maaaring hindi na bumalik yung loob nila sa'yo. Like, what you want it to be, di ba? This is a message to all the parents out there na just because you think you are the parent doesn't mean you are far superior than your kid. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't go like that. If you want your kid to be humble, learn to humble yourself. Learn to show humility. Kung ano yung gusto mong makita sa kanila, model it. Kasi yung mga ginagawa ng anak mo, maybe na-adapt nila yung ganyang behavior kasi pinakita mo. Maybe that dejection that they are showing, maybe nakita nila yun sa'yo. Kaya ina-apply nila. Who knows, di ba? Kasi as far as developmental psych would say, ang mga bata, ginagaya nila kung ano nakikita nila. Gagawin nila kung ano nakikita nila sa mga mas matatanda. So it's important to watch what you do in front of your kid. Watch what you show them. Watch how you treat them. How you treat them will reflect on them. Malaki yung chance na gayahin nila yan. So, yun. I just hope na we all learn from this issue na hindi porke mas matanda ka or magulang ka doesn't mean na pwede lang baliwalain yung pagkukulang mo na just because matanda ka, di ba? Kung meron kang pagkukulang, admit it. Work your way through it. Diba? Hindi porke na magulang ka tapos nagkamali ka, ang palilipasin mo lang yung ilang araw tapos okay na. You don't get to say sorry for it, diba? That's shit. That's bullshit. It's a toxic method of parenting. You don't get to hear what your child has to say. Tiningnan mo lang yung surface behavior, hindi yung reason kung bakit niya nagawa yun. I don't want to sound biased pero that's the way it should be. Kung kayo ngang mga parents, ginagawa nyo ang isang bagay dahil may reason. Diba? Ano pang mga bata? Maaring nagawa nila yan for a reason. It may be petty for some, pero we need to validate their feelings. We need to validate their struggles. Huwag kayong maging bias kasi masama yun. Bias na news nga, ayaw nyo di ba? Ano pa ang bias na parenting? Walang pinagkaiba yun. Ayun lang naman ang masasabi ko. Thank God na nagkaroon ako ng enthusiasm to shoot. Thank God kasi medyo naging okay yung condition ko. Nakahanap ako ng therapist. So yun, kung meron kayong issue na gusto nyong pag-usapan or just may nakita akong issue, I would gladly shoot it or give my opinion about it. So comment down below lang kung ano pa ang masasabi nyo regarding sa naging discussion natin. I just like to say thank you dun sa mga tumulong sa akin, therapist ko, future wife ko. So yun, okay, maging bias na parent, learn to listen to your kid, learn to be vocal about your feelings, learn to be vocal on certain issues concerning your kid, learn to talk to your kid. Talking is the first therapy, if I may say. Kasi yun yung turo sa amin Kaya may titawag na talk therapy. So, this is goodbye. Anong oras na rin? Sandali lang, no? Pero, I hope na may natutunan kayo dun sa naging discussion ko. I hope, as new generations of parents, we are flexible on raising the new generations. Kasi it's our responsibility now to raise future generations. We should consider how the future generations would flourish. Learn to be flexible. Heal. Healing is underrated pero sobrang nakakatulong siya. At least, diba, when you heal, you don't get to pass your shit on your kid unconsciously. Sometimes, akala mo, naka-move on ka na sa isang issue sa buhay mo in the past, pero hindi pa pala. So, napapasa mo yun sa anak mo, then chaos would start. I hope may natutunan kayo. Like, comment, and subscribe sa YouTube channel namin. And we'll talk about Sanderford next video. So, wag din kayo maging bias kay Sanderford kasi may reason yan ba't nagkakaganyan yan. So, ayun lang. See you in the next video and stay safe and keep healthy. God bless and I love you all. Peace out.